Sitting there staring out in space before hitting the buttons. Not like blankly staring out in space, but nonetheless, staring out in space. It's Sunday. It is the 24th of August. Summer's nearing an end. Now, I mentioned this before. Meteorologically, I'm reviewing. Did I say that right? I don't know. Summer begins or summer ends. Autumn begins. Hey, Sniper. September 1st. Because they don't go by the Gregorian calendar nor the astrologically, which is, of course, the equinox, which is, I believe, the 20th this year. It's either the 20th or the 21st. Meteorologically, they go by trends, weather trends. So they target autumn beginning September 1st. I like both. I like seasons coming a little earlier, sometimes getting over a little earlier too. Hi, Anna. Autumnal. I can say that over and over again. I still won't get it right. Anna, how are you today? How was workout today, Anna? Yeah, so anyway, autumn's starting soon. With what today is the 6th, we're talking about a week. So it's 24th. 7 days in the month left. 7 days left in the month. So we're getting there. Autumnal. I don't I don't think that helped. How about fall? How about I just say fall? Um, it's a good time of the year. I don't like winter too much any longer. Every season presents something, its own beauty, its own grace. And I have definitely at this point, hey, relaxing. At this point in my life, I've learned to embrace every season. Also, at this point in my life, being a little bit older, uh, extremes are a little bit harder to endure. Hey, Kat, we had some really hot days this summer where for weeks at a time it would be over 100 degrees. Relaxing says, when I say all my friends, you too, relaxing. Kat says, Yogi and hi. Hi, Kat. And it says, I'm good. Thank you, Yogi. I did squats and Mike Tyson push ups. He never ceased to amaze me. How are you this afternoon, Yogi? I'm good. I was hoping to get to the store, but I have not received word about my ride. So I'm facing a bit of a banana emergency. My life is so blessed. We should all be so blessed as to have a banana emergency. The worst thing that ever happens to me is I have an unbalanced opportunity of um, unripened and overripened bananas. My life is doing pretty good. No doubt about it. I'm not saying that I do not have my issues. On my big screen, I'm frozen. Am I frozen for you guys? I think I'm unfrozen. Cat is laughing. Coming back to seasons. I am blessed with every season. I am blessed by winter. I am blessed by summer. I am blessed by the extremes. Doesn't mean I like them. Here's the important thing, guys. You don't have to like anything or everything. You don't have to like it. A lot of people think, well, you step on the spiritual path and I'm supposed to paint a big smile on my face and be in this blissful state. There's a saying for that in the certain spiritual circles, a bliss mini, because they are bypassing. Sometimes you don't like things. It's okay. It's okay to not like things. Sometimes we choose the wrong teacher. It's okay not to choose the right teacher. Kat says no. What are we knowing? Relaxing says balance and everything. Amen, my friend. What are we knowing about Cat? Zip says cleared out a lot of paperwork today. It was 7 years worth for most of it. Wow. Tell you that's pressure put upon me from the past lessons. Well, I'm glad to hear less pressure. I wish it was more than slightly less for you, my friend. So you don't want to be a bliss ninny. I don't like that expression, to be honest with you, because at the far end of a meditation journey, you really do reach this level of bliss. The problem is we get attached to that. No, you weren't frozen. Keep up. No, you went frozen, or no, I weren't frozen. Kat, did you just tell me? Did you just tell me to keep up? Did you just snap your fingers at me? I'll accept it. Kat, you can always snap your fingers at me. Hey, Maharashtrian. Namaskar to you, my friend. Kat says weren't. Got you. Thank you. Thank you. The point. Kat says I did. I'm super funny. You are super funny. You have never failed to put and leave a smile on my face. And that amazes me. Hey, Stephanie. Stephanie said, hi. Hey, I am Jasmine. Well, welcome in, Jasmine. I appreciate that. Appreciate you being here. Michael's here. Says, hey there, Yogi. Hey, Michael. Good away from Maseratian. The point I'm eventually going to make, the point that I'm eventually going to try to make, it's all okay. Every bit of it. Including people who push your buttons, people you don't like, people who even induce a certain amount of fear in us. It's all okay. There's a way of walking through the world unaffected by everything that happens, even when you are affected by things that happen. It sounds like a contradiction, but it isn't, because you are a deep participant in life. You're not meant to escape things. You're not meant to escape the suffering of the world, because, as the Buddha said, and as it says in the Course of Miracles, the world is full of suffering. However, we can transcend suffering. There's a way to walk through the world unafraid of being afraid. There's a way to walk through the world lovingly, with grace, even as you're cursing at the little things that happen. Hey, Data. Let's see. Data or data? Data or data? I love things that give me an opportunity to be repetitive. And I don't know why I like being repetitive. Data, blah, blah, blah. Cat makes an excellent point. Could you expound upon that point a little deeper, Cat? Relaxing's laughing. Hey, Ilona Williams. That's a pretty name. Get away from a Harastian. 60 seconds for stupidity. Yeah, I can't even give him points for trying. Michael says, thanks, Sniper. I removed the comment out of respect for Yogi. Thank you, Michael. Kat says, I really need someone's help on that. I don't know. I think he did pretty good. Stephanie said, hi, Yogi. Hey, Stephanie. Darren, oops. Darren, sorry. I had you confused with, who do we have up above? Stephanie said she is Gasman. And then we have someone else who comes in with a similar name as you, Darren, but they are someone different. Anyway, Darren, welcome in, my friend. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Yeah, I can't. Sorry, guys. Hey, Lee. So here's the key. I know it's taken me a while to get here. Hey, Jace. What if you said, I'm afraid? What if you said, I'm afraid of this person? What if you said, I don't like this person? But then you ask God to help you see it differently, or the Holy Spirit. What if we trusted that people came into our lives for a specific reason and that we don't know the reason, but we're willing? Hey, Maddie. Maddie, how are you, my friend? Maddie, you tying flies tonight? That we are willing to find out what that is. Why are they here? And what if the reason they're here is to invoke that feeling so that we can ask, we can pray, we can request to see it a different way? What if everything was here to help us learn? And there's only one thing to learn. Can I extend love? And the answer to that is always yes, you can, because love is what you are, and the nature of love is extension. Darren says it's the afternoon for you, Yogi. It is. It's just after 1 o'clock. Let's see. Maddie says, yes, I'm good. Thank you. 7:30 my time. I will be on the lookout for you, Maddie. Oh, you didn't have the super successful fishing day yesterday. Kat said 100. It's so simple, but not easy, because we get caught up in our fear and we forget to ask. Kat says everything is a call for love or a call to love. Yes. And you know what? When you recognize that, it's also okay to say, I can't do it. I can't do it right now. This person is too much. I can't do it. And that's when we pray. That's when we pray. That's when we ask for help. I know a lot of people aren't very prayerful, but every thought is a prayer. And every thought that you have that is a prayer is answered. So that's why we're careful where we let our thoughts carry us too far. And that's why we ask to direct our prayers for that which we want instead of that which we don't want. In neuro-linguistic programming, they talk about the different modalities that people process, negative or positive. And it's not, negative isn't necessarily bad, positive isn't necessarily good. It's just a way of how we're viewing the world. If we were to ask someone, what are you looking for if we're a car salesman, a used car salesman? And we were to ask someone, what are you looking for a car, in a car? And they might say, I'll tell you what I'm not looking for. And they list all the things they're not looking for. Now we know that the way to sell somebody something is to offer it in terms of negation. Well, this car won't break down on you. This car won't do this. It's a little negative, but it works out for a net positive. Or if you say to someone, what are you looking for a car? And they sell you all the things they want. Now we know we shape things in that way. Although I'm not teaching anyone how to sell a used car. However, I would like to eventually buy a used car. Hey, Song Ahead. Michael says needs a second cup of coffee. My brain is still in wake up mode today. I didn't wake up until 11 a.m. because of running your own hiking stick business. So, what kept you up? Were you carving? By the way, guys, I highly recommend anything carved by Michael Burkeen. Sorry, I have to say hi to my cat. Cat says, Maddie. Jay said, well said. Well said, Cat. Everything Cat says is well said. Cat says, I have a great teacher, Jace. We are all great teachers for each other. Hey, Goldie. I love the people and lurking. Hey, Joe. Great session with Jace. I don't think anyone warned you, Joe, that when you show up with Jace, you're going to be expected to sing the Mushy Peace song. Living Truth Wisdom says, so hello there. It's been forever and a day. Well, welcome back, my friend. It was the day part that had me really miss you. Guys, if you visit Living Truth, you'll find an excellent channel. Living your truth, finding peace amidst the chaos. So I don't know if we'll make an entire hour this afternoon. The reason I got up and left, my brother had asked me if now I wanted a ride. Getting a ride to the store. I got a few things to buy. But yes. So, living your truth, finding peace amidst the chaos. I don't know why you are not modded up. Because you're an excellent channel, and I want people to be able to reach you. We got you now, my friend. Like I was saying, no, I was just saying that was beauty of running your own hiking stick business. I can sleep in as easy as I want. That's true. You think I would take advantage of that by being a professional YouTuber? I don't. Joe says I enjoyed it, but I'm not singing the song. I appreciate it about that. I appreciate that about you, Joe. So, hey, Heavenly Star, I really apologize for Friday that we couldn't get the link to work and we missed you singing. Jace says, you going to the store? Mushy peas, please. I'm going to make a deal with you, Jace. I am so grateful for you. I am so grateful for you. And I truly, truly am. Thank you so much. I will look on the shelves and I will look for mushy peas. If I see one can of mushy peas, and it's got to say mushy peas, because I refuse to mush a single pea, I will buy it. I'm not going to say what I'll do with it, but I will buy it. That is a promise. Thank you so much, Chase. So, Heavenly Star, hopefully we can get it working for you later. Hey, Sebastian. Zipper says, look, but don't touch. Boy, if I had a quarter for every time I heard that when I was growing up. This is Amy. Living Truth and Wisdom said, this is Amy. Welcome back, Amy. Squirrel saw Amy. This is your second channel. I have missed you. You know what? I feel bad. I should have reached out to you on Facebook. Are you still scroll stalling? Are you still scroll? Sorry, it's the hardest thing I've ever said on YouTube. by far. Squirrel saw sawing. Guys, if you think of ZZ, you come up here and say it. Amy, what the last time we talked, I know you were doing some home improvement stuff. Lee says, Yogi, I remember you saying about the bookstore and being excited to purchase a book or two. Sometimes when we look back, we can always remember a member of the staff or anything else. Yes. I remember every single member of the staff. Jay says, 2 cans then. Happy birthday and Merry Christmas. If I see them, but if I don't see them, you know what I'm going to buy? I'm going to buy one, hopefully just one, oatmeal raisin cookie. And I will take a bite. This is for Maddie. I made a promise. Maddie ate olives for me. I will eat, man. Did you see the shudder that just went through my entire body? Amy says, love, wisdom, and compassion. Thank you so much. You know, Amy, you remember back in the old days, you used to come in with that at just the right time. Always. Darren says, how's your day been? My day's been brilliant and awesome. My day's been good. You know, up early, breath work, meditation, yoga. Very easy workout, but a beautiful walk, and hanging out on the phone with someone extremely important to me. Om Namah Shivaya. Thank you, Maharashtrian. Hey, Simon. Simon, I know you're struggling because we haven't seen you. And Simon, how come you're not modded up either? I need to jump back into this community. I'm struggling with anxiety and addiction. So, hey, let's start now. Let's start now, Simon. And here's where we're going to start. Welcome back. Welcome back, my friend. Let me mod you up again. I don't know why some people have lost their mod status, but here we are. Jason 6, welcome back. Hope we can help. You want to do some breath work, Simon? Maharashtrian always has an excellent point. It's the story of my life. I've been talking about that quite a bit. Sacred shrug. Just not knowing. Which brings me back to the topic at hand. Someone who's here, someone pushing your buttons, someone who is inducing fear, and knowing that everyone is in our life for a reason, and the reason is always to learn how to love, to learn how to extend love, which we already knew. Someone says, in the moment, anxiety, breath work. But which particular one are you doing, Simon? That's important to remember. In the moment, anxiety, breath work, as well as learning how to anchor that. When you do that physiological sigh to arrest the beginning of any panic, of any anxiety, you can anchor that by, if I'm not mistaken, Sniper, you and I've talked about anchoring before, right? You can anchor that by squeeze your hand very hard. You can put your thumb in the palm of your hand, really squeeze. You want to induce a kinesthetic feel so that when you do that, you remember the feel and it triggers, it anchors you to the moment of when you arrested your panic, and it helps bring you back around. Double intake and hold. Hey, if need be, you could add in a triple double sip, double double sip, one breath. So instead of doing the and then sipping, you can do two. So you're breathing in and then sigh, open mouth. After you do three of those, anchor that feeling, whatever anchor works for you. Could be an object, could be a stone, it could be a decorative hand carved Michael Burkine spoon. It's a little plug. Um, it could be a physical object. The thing with a physical object is you have to remember to have it with you or to touch it or to grab it. But your hand, your fist, touching a part of your. You remember the Carol Burnett show? End of the show, she would tug her ears. It wasn't an anchor, but it was a symbol and a signal to her family that she was safe, everything would be okay, she'd be home after the show. She did it every single show. Um, but you can do it as a symbol and single to your body. I'm calm. I'm rested. I'm at peace. Another thing, enter that mantra. So do the breath. Anchor. Give yourself the mantra. I am calm. I'm at peace. I am at rest. Three things. But most importantly, every single day, do breath work. Three times a day, and then therapeutically as needed. And one thing that you'll find is when you do that, you need it less therapeutically, but you stick with it every day, three times a day. Never miss, ever, because you are reprogramming your central nervous system. Simon, it's struggling. Feel finished, but yogi breathing helps. Hey, we're doing breath work almost every single session. And I will promise you, uh, anytime you show up, if you say, can we do breath work? We will stop what we're doing and we'll do breath work. I might run my mouth another additional minute. I apologize, but I promise you we will. I can also promise you that everyone you have in here will give you a big hug, a big virtual hug. Everyone will send you love and will guide you through whatever it is that you're experiencing. I can promise you the same thing on Jace's channel, that he will be there for you. And so many other channels here. And sometimes just being in a calm environment is very helpful. So if you're 3 to 5 o'clock in the morning, you can hang out with Cat and Jack, just be at peace. Just listening to Cat. And you know what? It's really hard to be overly anxious when you're looking at a beautiful Irish setter. Hey, Becca Boo. Hey, Praveen. Praveen, my friend, how are you? Lee says, I'm okay, Becca, but not a Sunday fan. Roll on tomorrow. Hey, Lee, when does school start for your kids? Becca Boo says, hey, Yogi. That's, to me, that's the gift of Cat, is she creates a peaceful, loving environment. It's never loud. Just a place to decompress. Take advantage of those channels that help you decompress. Another one, Maddie, if you hang out at the kitchen table while Maddie's tying flies, it's a place to de-stress. It's a beautiful place to be. Here's the amazing thing about Jace. got a fast-paced channel because he's working hard, but it never feels fast-paced. It never feels rushed. Just pauses in his workouts to look in the camera and say hi to everyone that comes in. And not just hi, but he offers them something. He'll offer them a little gift. You know, I've talked about the Vedic wisdom. Everyone that you come in contact with, regardless of your feelings about them, give them a gift. It's hard to be fearful of someone when you're offering them a gift. It's hard to have anxiety towards someone when you're wishing them well. So, yoga tradition, Vedic tradition, everyone you come in contact with, you offer them a gift. It could be a physical gift, it could be a greeting card, it could be whatever, a flower, a leaf. It could be more subtle. It could be a compliment, an encouraging word, anything like that. It could be even more subtle still. It could be a smile. And then getting even more subtle, it could be a thought. I wish you well. In yoga, it's called, or I'm sorry, in Buddhism, metta. Metta is loving kindness meditation. May you be happy. May you be at peace. May you be free from suffering and the cause from suffering. Or one word, namaste. Or I love you. You never even have to say it out loud. Just think it. It's a great tool. That's what Jace does naturally. Emily says she's not a big fan of Sundays either. Daniel, how are you, my friend? Praveen says, sir, we're having our dinner. Join us, sir. What are we having for dinner tonight, Praveen? He says he's going crabbing tomorrow with the boys. Did you answer? Oh, Becca says her kids go back to school on the 26th, September 10th, Yogi, which is Wednesday, I believe. I think kids might go back tomorrow here. Becca says my youngest goes back on the 26th, primary school. Amy says appreciate everything and everyone. Thank you, Amy. Amy, did I miss the update? Are you still using the? I might have missed it because I was running my mouth. Are you still breaking out the saw? Are you still doing the work? Hey, speaking of gratefulness, another great thing, because when you're counting your blessings, literally counting your blessings, it's hard to be overly anxious when you're thinking about all the great things you have in your life. If you wake up every morning with a thank you, thank you, thank you 3 times, you'll find how it works throughout your life, and you're going to find more things to be grateful for, and more things will arrive in your life to be grateful for. The important thing to remember is even the things and the people that seem like they're not working out for our benefit, be grateful for them as well, because we don't know the whole picture. You guys remember Rumi's The Guest House? And if you don't, let me know if you want me to read it for like the 1200th time. Rice, mutton, curry, lentils, and salads. I would have the rice, curry, and lentils and the salad. Can't do mutton though. Did I miss Tiger King? By now, I think everyone is familiar with the fact that I miss people, right? That sometimes things escape my attention. I think everyone also knows by now that it's never, ever personal. There he is. Tiger King says here, pick up my mood as feeling low. I will see what I can do, Tiger King. I'll see what we can all do. We can send you love. Lee says, Lee's very good at that, by the way. Lee's very good at picking people up. If I could designate jobs, Lee would be the official picker people upper. I think I should send a t-shirt. If I made merchandise, I would have individual merchandise for people. And I'd send a t-shirt and maybe a hat to Lee that says the official people picker upper of Jesse Yogi doing burpees in his basement. The t-shirt, I actually don't know how big Lee is, but the t-shirt would have to be extra large to fit all of that on. So no matter what size he actually wears, it would be super large. Tiger King says, Lee, that's so nice. Lee's nice. They said that. Wish Eric Sniper thought that. Please read this, Eric. Well, Tiger King. You don't know what I'm thinking. Never make the assumption that you know what I'm thinking. I don't know what I'm thinking. So I never make the assumption that I know what I'm thinking about. Praveen says, okay, sir, you're most welcome. Thank you, Praveen. One day I hope we do have dinner together. He says, Tiger, I enjoy you here. You're just a good talker and chat. Just my humble opinion. Andy says, Yogi does Tiger King too. He appreciates every one of us. We all contribute to a happy live stream. Agreed. Agreed. And you know what? Sometimes it's not quite so happy, but I love how everything works out. I love how we all work together. Beckerby says, I know, right, Lee? I love cheese. I did pick a random moment to jump in the conversation. All right, here it is. Beckerby says, ever told you how much I love saying your channel name, Becca Bill? I'm having pasta for dinner tonight and garlic bread. Was going to have cheese on top, but thought best not. Did you hear Big Al mention that he eats pasta sandwiches? Heavenly Starred sends an emoji. I can't make out what that emoji is. Is that a tiger? It's a tiger. He says, laughing, Yogi, I am large. If I eat one muffin too many, I'm extra large. Perfect. One day I will figure out how to do merchandise. Not a lot. Not a lot. But maybe a coffee mug. I think a hoodie, because I love hoodies. And a t-shirt. I doubt I would do a hat. Let me know, guys, what you think of merchandise and what do you think I should do? Maddie, thanks for coming in on another channel. Much appreciated. Hey, Maddie, have you ever thought about merchandise? All right, guys, my good friend, my best friend, the person that has been with me forever and a day, goddess of the new earth, Elise. She used to be my boss in real life. She had every reason whatsoever to fire me, and she never did. That's how much she loves me. She never fired me, and I was a horrible worker. Um, and here she is. She says, "Good afternoon, family. Sending you all so much love and so much love for you. Hey, you're putting out a beautiful message right now, Elise." Tiger King says, "No one ever got favorite on here." Eric, please read this as my own opinion. Sniper, Eric got their top dog on here. He is top dog. I'm not going to lie about that. Sniper's had my back through a lot of messes. A lot of messes. I am forever grateful. And, here, at least. She's been my friend for how many years we talking about now? At least something? At least I'd love to get you to the point where you're putting merchandise out, especially your gratitude journals. Guys, if you go to Amazon, hey, could you drop, I don't know if it's possible for you to drop a link for your gratitude journals. So on the subject of favorites, you guys know that I love Cat and Jack. On the topic of favorites, you guys heard me mention how much I love what Lee does in every live stream, every single live stream. Talking about favorites, you know how I feel about Jace. Jace is a brother, more than a friend. Jace is a brother. You know, I just said how much I love saying Becca Bill, and she is always so bright. And how can you not love Abigail? How can Abigail not be your all-time favorite person in the world? How can you not love the deep spiritual wisdom of Selma? The happiness that she brings. Have you seen Selma come up completely sad, almost seeming devastated, and in just a few moments, she's laughing? Deep spiritual wisdom. My friend Goldie, Vamps, up above, help get me monetized. She knows when I'm down before I even know when I'm down, and she'll reach out, and then she'll get mad at me. How come you didn't reach out when you were down? You know I'm here for you. My life brightens when she calls me from Pennsylvania. Who else? Who else? So, as we're talking about favorites, Tiger King. Wait a minute. I'm going to backtrack. Anna. What can I say about Anna? Normally you say, what can I say about Anna? And then you don't say anything because that implies everything, right? I could say that Anna shows up to count my reps, but that would undersell Anna and how much she means to me. Anna shows up not just to count reps, she lifts me up every single time, every single time. She makes me want to get one more rep. And she's just a good person. I absolutely love Anna. I could go on. Anyway, I do have favorites, and sometimes it shows up. I brighten up. But it doesn't mean I don't love you. And Tiger King, you are a favorite too. I get an opportunity when you come in to show you how much you mean to me. Now, I miss your comments, but guess what? I miss Sniper's comments. I miss Cat's comments. I try never to. All of them. I always feel bad. I miss Praveen's comment. You know how much Praveen has helped me? The fact that Praveen shows up when he should be asleep. You know, Praveen had his wife reach out to me while he was in a war zone. That's how much he cares. He was literally in a war zone, and he reached out to send his love and to say, "Hey guys, don't worry, I'm okay." Imagine that. So yeah, I do have favorites, but don't exclude yourself. You know, you guys heard me talking above how much Maddie meant to me. Maddie means so much to me. She's the only person in the world that I will eat a oatmeal raisin cookie for in public on a live stream. Anyway, sorry. Elise says, I will drop the link and I appreciate everyone who purchased. Thank you. If you look behind me, you can see a book right there. Gratitude Journal. It's a wonderful book. no one shows and no one shows gratitude, and no one's a better teacher than Goddess of the New Earth. So he says, I miss you all. 20 years of friendship, my friend. Yep. He says, I hate seeing someone sad or stressed. I mentioned this before. I love when Elise comes in because if you ever have a question, like, so Yogi seems like a pretty nice guy. I'm going to use a bad word here, but I bet you he's kind of a dick. I bet he's kind of an asshole in real life. I can assure you, and Elise will back me up on this. Yes, I am an asshole in real life. 100%. You ever cut me off in traffic? I will hunt you down. Bump into me, man. We're going to be throwing fists. My real name in real life is just a yogi getting in your face and telling you your business. Put that on the t-shirt, guys. Lee says, I'm so happy Becca Boo joined. She's a perfect fit here. She is. She just brings so much joy when she comes in. So here's the thing. I mentioned this yesterday morning. The Goddess of the Earth is laughing. Tiger King, everything here is completely wrong. Everything. I apologize. That's all I can say. I apologize. I said yesterday, I literally try my best every single day. But I'm not going to do great. I'm not going to. I'm not a great teacher. I'm not a great yogi. I'm just a yogi. I'm not a great student of A Course in Miracles. I'm just a student of A Course in Miracles. I do my best. But here's the thing. I think I need to trim my beard. Here's the thing. Honestly. Hey, Big Al. Tiger King, I will do my best for you. I can't make you happy. I can't make you safe. I can't give you more attention than I give anyone else. And truthfully, you probably will get a little less sometimes, but you actually get an awful lot of the conversation. You ask an awful lot for the conversation, and that's okay because when you need it, ask. And look, Lee reached out. Everyone said hi. Everyone greeted you warmly. That's the best I can do. Sorry, I can't be more. I don't know what to do about my beard. It's in that awkward stage. Like I says, you are a top guy. Not you, mate. Eric, you are a top guy. All of us are. So, in a little bit, though, I'm going to see if I can catch that ride from my brother. He says he is not an a-hole in real life. He is the only person I know in my life who has never changed. Kat, I'm a little worried because Kat might be thinking, wait a minute, he never changes? Ever? He's always going to be this way? Always the same beautiful soul who has wanted to help others and build community. Thank you, Elise. Keep the beard, Yogi. I want to keep it. It's just, like I said, it's awkward. I went on a beard rant about Jace this morning. I know it did, Tiger King. Hey, here's the thing. Both Sniper and I tried to cut that off. We saw where it was going with Runner Boy, and we tried to cut it off, but we were unable to. Tiger King says, keep the beard, Yogi, please. I just need to get past the awkwardness. Beckaboo says, I like beards. Hey, Super Champ. Hey, Brian. Brian, I'm sorry I missed your reps today. Becca's laughing with Big L. I'm old with a child like mine. Me too. Hey, speaking of people who have been with me forever, Heavenly Star. Praveen says, sir, I'm having dinner and listening. Hey, Praveen, tell your wife I said hi, please. So, Tiger King, I wish I could. I'm gonna I'm gonna keep it. I always have it in various length. Um, if you knew how much we were willing to support you, Tiger King, uh, I don't think you would ever doubt anyone here again. This is definitely a place where hopefully you can relax. Does it mean that something's maybe not trigger? Probably will, because it's the internet. Thank you, Leo. Leo is a member for 8 months. That's much appreciated, my friend. I mentioned in Leo's Dan's live stream with Leo there. Um, Leo's truly become a legend, not just in the burpee, but in the fitness community. As I said, there's no major milestone that Leo has not crossed, like with his arms raised, smashing it. I have only had a few challenges that I've ever put out, asking people to try the nasal breathing. Leo rocked it. Leo did it and said that was absolutely miserable, and then showed up the next day. And I think for the next, I don't know how many weeks in a row, he did nasal breathing because it was so miserable. And so it wasn't miserable any longer. And it says, I'm doing good. Uh, thank you, Super Champion. Cat says, Big Al. Jay says, Tiger, you know this, but Sniper messaged me personally and mentioned you positively. You may have it wrong this time, bro. Lisa's break is almost over. Love you all and good to check in. Thank you for checking in. Thank you so much, Elise. You know I love you. Tiger, Tiger King says, do you believe you, mate? But just because you like Sniper, does that mean I got to? Because people don't have to get on the same people in life? I agree. But if you knew Sniper, if you knew the length that Sniper would go to keep you safe, it would be impossible not to like him. If you knew what Sniper would be willing to do. Leo says, I've done all routines that have come my way. Thank you, brother. Not just that, but when the routines that came your way weren't quite crazy enough, you came up with your own crazy ones. There's some really crazy routines out there in the burpee community, dating all the way back to Iron Wolf, um, Lee Hazard, Joe Hortai. Some really, really crazy. Burpee Matty. Guys, if you want to try some really crazy stuff, do one of Burpee Matty's stories. He actually leads you through a horrendous fantasy world where you have to slay a dragon. I could never participate because I refuse to slay a dragon, even fictional. Um, and it's horrible. It's a horrible routine in the best possible way. Hey, I got to dig that up for you, Leo. I'm going to dig up one of Burpee Matty's routines. I'm not going to do it, but I'm going to put it out there. Lee says, where'd that go? I don't see anything really being negative though, Big Al. Cat and Jack, he does change a little. Like eating a oatmeal raisin cookie is huge. Uh, peace, peace, beautiful people. You see? Did you hear that, Cat? Sorry, didn't mean to wag my finger. You see the way I took that back? Big Al says, "Sorry, Yogi. I'll see you all later." It's okay, Big Al. Cat says, "Buckaboo." Brian says, Dan and I are going to do a Navy SEAL routine called Powerhouse. Every 25 SEALs, instead of bench presses, then repeat 25 more SEALs. Man, that's going to be hard. Brian says, would going to bet Leo would be great at it. How much weight are you going to use? Is it going to be individualized for each person? Jace says, Big Al, this is a learning process. Be patient, bro. Thank you, Jace. Tiger King says, Sub got my back. Believe his word, Eric. But you know what? Lee would say that Sniper has your back. So if you believe Lee, Jace would say the same thing. Kat says, yes, Big Al, hang in there, my friend. We're all in this together. I love you. I'll be honest with you. I don't see this as negativity. We're feeling things out. If we get to the bottom of this, I should be going, but I want to give it a few more minutes because if we get to the bottom of this, we get to the bottom of everything. If we solve this, here's the thing. Relax. It's okay. Relax. It's all okay. Relax. It's all going to be okay. Seriously, it's all going to be okay. No one can actually harm you here. They can't. How can I promise that? Because I have yogic superpowers. Super Artist says, may I share my 80 kilogram squat? Of course, my friend. You guys never have to ask me if you can share something. Hey, Debs. Here's what I've been mentioning to a few people. I wish I could create a safe place where everyone felt comfortable, everyone felt acknowledged, everyone was recognized, and everyone knew they were loved. I can't because a place like that doesn't exist. It doesn't even exist in our homes. I wish that wasn't true. I mean, we can make them safer, right? We can baby proof a house to make it safe for every single baby. Unfortunately, accidents happen, right? I used to bump into stuff all the time. I grew out of it. I think it was about 37, 38 when I finally grew out of it, but eventually I did. All right. I still bump into things. But here, we can create a safe. Did you hear that? I think it actually might be hollow. We can create a space here and in here. We are our own safe place. Always. Hey, Jason. Jason says, love my fam here. We love you too, Jason. My favorite country singer. Brian says, whatever Dan wants to use. I've been doing 190 Friday and today, but not with Navy SEAL burpees. We'll see. It's going to be tough. Deb says, artists know I feel too much. Yogi knows, many know. Love you all. Love you too. What's up, Skits? Skits is eating steak. Brian says I could probably use my 190. I would take a little bit longer. I would err on the side of light when you're combining body weight with weights. We can't control us, and it's a job that we don't retire from. Nope, 24/7. It says you just got to spread the love. It's fertilizer, freaking life, because it is, man. It is truly is. Yeah, here. What did I feel like saying? I hear you, dog. I should probably never do that again. Super Artist says, my dear friend, you are not too much. You never were too much because you are good enough no matter what you think. You generally are good enough, so please don't discredit yourself. You're always such a positive force, my friend. Beckerby says, I'm very clumsy. I'm always bumping into things. Me too. So here is Super Artist 80 kilogram squat, approximately 176. Thank you for saving me getting out my calculator. I have it up. I'm going to end the live stream in just a minute so I can get to the store, get something to eat, and then come back. Believe it or not, Praveen says, love you, Yogi, sir. I love you too, Praveen. Believe it or not, these are very important conversations. Hey, Tiger King. Tiger King, you still here? It says, Yogi Sup Dog. You good, homie? Skits, that was just for you, my friend. I would not do that for anyone else. Tiger King says, not negativity at all. It's called not bottling things up. I like to say bypassing, not bypassing. You and I are on the same page. Tell the feeling, my opinion. Eric, please read. I agree. Here's the thing, though. We know your opinion now, Tiger King. We know your opinion because you stated every live stream. And it's okay. It's okay. But I can tell you, we can move on from it now. Super says, is the link blue? I don't know. It worked, though. I have you up right now. So we know where you, I'm not even asking you to drop it. Because as I was going to say, Tiger King, this is an important subject. And I don't really see any negativity here. I see that we're talking about something that's important to a member of the community. We're talking to someone, we're talking about something that really does affect us all. So it's all okay. I'm glad you brought it up because we get to put it out there and we get to heal, we get to love each other. Drop it and bring up the 60 card. Bring the 60 card out. Hey, only I can bring the 60 card out. Deb says, one for moving on. All right, let me watch the squat depth. 4 reps. Good job. Be right back in, guys. Below parallel. Perfect for powerlifting. Nicely done, Super Champ. That's how you get to be a Super Champ. Get a heavy bar, get under the rack, do some squats. All right. Lee says, Becca, I blurred out and bombarded Skits with my thoughts, and it wasn't fair on him. He did nothing wrong except listen. But here's the thing. I love seeing you guys work it out. Was it yesterday or the day before? So that's what I mean about everything being good when you get a chance to work it out. Tiger King says, Super Artist, what your messages mean? He's doing some powerlifting squats in his gym. Want to know if he went deep enough. Again, this is what I mean. Listen to Skits. He says, not Libro. Never felt like that, man. I should have been an adult about the situation and not let it affect me. I just sometimes feel too deeply, care too deeply, love too deeply. Smile, bro. You help me. We're all helping each other. All right. For me, for what it's worth, guys, I think it was a good live stream. Whenever you get something out and you're able to talk about it and you end the live stream with a smile, we're all good. Tiger King said some about me. Say not burn this mean, Eric. I don't know. But you know, Debs mentioned moving on. It's a good thing to remember that we don't always have to understand everything or everyone. We don't have to take anything personally, zero. And we can just shrug and say, I don't know. Don't know why this person said this. Not everything hits us so hard, or not everything has to hit us so hard. We can truly be lighthearted. Well, Jason's with Dan in a few hours. All of you guys, big punishment. Jason's with Joe. Dan was with Leo. And now Jason, Dan. Crazy. And it says she does 500 squats every day, Super Champ. Super impressive. Thank you, Super Champ. All right. I'm going to go. Hopefully to the store. Love you guys. I'll be back. 5:25. It says, thanks for being you, everyone. You're all lighting up the world with your shine. Include yourself into that, Skits. Bye, Praveen. Thank you so much, my friend. All right. Love you guys. Jason says, mushy peas, 2 cans. I'll look for him. It was so easy for me to say that. You know what? I bet you there's not a single can of mushy peas in the store. However, I'm sad to say there is a oatmeal raisin cookie in the store. Cat says, bye, Yogi. I love you. I love you too. Cat. Thank you, Debs. All right, guys. Super Champ says, Yogi, love you all. Love you too, Super Champ. We'll be back 5:25. Take care, guys.